Hi guys, TAJ Arcade Junkie. Today we're just giving you a quick overview of this Postman Pat ride before we refurbish it. So we've got a Postman Pat ride. It's Mark II, so it's the OMC one, but Mark II. Mark 1's got a square base, the Mark 2's got the more newer sort of, it's got like 4 feet, moulded feet at the side of the base. It's not looking too bad. It's obviously had a KIDS Rides Northern Leisure plate there that's been took off. Still got the sticker. As regards to inside it, it's got no coin mech at the moment. The coin mech plate's gone as well. It was on 50p. Plan with this one is I'm refurbishing it with a basic, well not a basic timer, but a basic engine timer. Not with a Postman Pat theme, because I've not got to hand any of my timers to program in Postman Pat. Plus for the copyright reasons, and obviously I've not got the original timer. The original timer, obviously, the original board that would sit obviously in the back there. Just an absolute nightmare. The only people who can fix me is Richard Pike, and it didn't come with one, to be fair. So I've not got one, and it's not worth spending the money to get the board and make it work. I can either site it as a well, no, not site it. It's going to be sold on. I've got another one outside as well. That's what's doing. So I'm just going to sell them on as a working kiddie ride, just to basically stop them from getting scrapped. It's got a lot of damage to, well, a lot of sort of scuffs and stuff. We're going to rub them down and go over them. We've got a nice bit of a chunk out there. I've got to sort out. Fiberglass, we'll body fill that and repaint that. All the wiring's in there. Obviously the 2 transformers, the DC choke, and the other transformer's gone. It's got the motor and everything in the bottom there. What I'm doing is I am making a system. I'm going to basically, the motor in this is a 180 volt DC motor, Parvolux. What I'm doing is I'm putting, hey, you playing on Postman Pat? What we're going to do is we're going to put a standard Staymar timer in. I'm going to go with a single pulse Staymar timer, either a Staymar timer or a IT timer, Innovative Technologies, which is the Soundmaster timers, the Green Label Soundmaster timers, things that's in some of the old Jolly Roger stuff like the Garfields and things. We're going to use a single pulse timer, mechanical coin mech timer, with car sounds and sound effects. I'm going to redo the buttons on the front there to do 3 sound effects. They'll just be plain yellow buttons, so it won't be a start. We'll cover over the display counter there for the credits. So we'll do all that. We'll wire the lights up. The lights I'll either make flash. If I've got double flash on there, I'll make the I think I'll make the back and the front both flash different times in different orders, so diagonally. Got 2 where are they gone actually? Got 2 things to put on somewhere, 2 lenses to put on somewhere as well. I've lost them, I'm not sure I've done with them. They're here somewhere. They'll go on the ride. So the lenses will go on the ride. Put the mechanical coin mech in, and then what I'm doing is, because obviously it will work soon, baby. It will work soon. Because obviously the standard ride timer that I'm putting in is 220 volt in, 220 volt out to a 220 volt motor, and this is a 180 volt DC motor. So your standard kiddie rides, or most of the kiddie rides, apart from the Postman Pats, the OMC stuff and the Northern Leisure stuff, your standard kiddie rides run on a 220 single phase AC alternate current motor. So with this one, what we're going to do is we're going to put the timer in, go 240 to 220 to 240 going in, which is obviously standard plug. Come out the timer, and we're going to rectify the voltage from AC to DC. But before we do that, we're going to use a bridge rectifier for that. Before we do that, we're going to also use a high voltage reducer, which is basically knock the voltage down. It's going to be a variable voltage adjuster, so we can adjust the voltage. So we're going to come in at 220 into the timer. Timer motor is going to come out at 220. Go into a variable adjuster to adjust the 220 down as far as sort of 150 to 220, and then into the bridge rectifier, which will change it from AC to DC, and then we'll just obviously do the variable control until we get to 180 to pump into the Parvolux motor, and that should be fine. It means, I think it's going to mean that when we actually get it all wired up, we'll actually be able to adjust the speed of the actual ride, which is going to be quite cool. So. But again, I've had to get high voltage stuff because obviously I don't want it to obviously burn the switch out and burn and obviously get the bridge rectifier too hot as well. So I've used a high voltage rectifier. I'm going to do a mecha heatsink plate up, so basically metal to metal, so the heat of the rectifier disperses into the air, so it doesn't get too hot and overheat. We're going to do that, and that should be fine. But again, this is just being sold just for sort of home use, private use. It's not being sold for commercial use. We're not going to be able to be ADIPs or anything like that. Well, I suppose it could be ADIPs, but that's not my plan. My plan is to save it being scrapped, and obviously making it into a ride so someone can get some enjoyment out of it and it can be sold on. The other postman pat I've got, which is actually a Mark 1, which is a darker one, a lot darker one, which you can see on the yard there. That one is going to be, we're going to keep that one. We're going to put a, possibly a melody in there, I think. I'm not sure. I might do the same thing. I've got a couple of IT timers, Soundmaster green timers, so I might do that again. We're going to keep that one for Anna. But this one being the better at the moment out of the two, when it's all clean and polished up, and it's got obviously the plate off ready for the mech to go in. We'll put a brand new S1 mechanical coin mech, an IL coin mech, coin selector. So there'll be a standard plate there, so it will be able to sit outside of someone's garden and get rained on, snowed on. The sun on it, it'll be fine. We've got a little bit of damage there as well, look. But that's basically what we're doing to Anna. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. Is it Postman Pat? Is it Postman Pat? You're escaping, aren't you? You're escaping! And Poppy's riding as well, isn't she? Poppy like Postman Pat? Does Poppy like Postman Pat? Yeah. So that's the plan, guys. So next project, Postman Pat OMC van. We're going to do that today. I can't take you all the way. I can't take you step by step through because I ain't got the time. I'll be honest with you. I've got to get the headlights on, get the time ring, get it all wired up, get a new power lead on it and everything, and get it all sorted. We've got the original back door as well, which is great. That's going to go on there and just we're going to screw that on rather than put a lock on it. 'Cause it's got an old lock on it anyway. But the main thing about this is what I like is I've now found a way. Me and this guy were talking about it. Obviously, he's already tried it on his, and he definitely works. So we have found a way now to, if we do get postman pats and the board, and the boards are absolutely sort of, kerfuffed, rather than stick to the same board, which again, the OMC boards they're great, but in the postman pat, because of the enclosure in there, it gets very, very. You can see there's a bit of frost and stuff down there. They corrode very, very easy. It's not good. All the newer OMC rides, all the rides that Northern Leisure do that's got the boards in, a lot better made. Richard Pike and Northern Leisure, they make a lot better rides. But these original OMC postman pats are a nightmare. That's why, to be honest with you, I do prefer the Mitchell, even though it doesn't do the better movement. I do prefer the Mitchell postman pat purely because it's a lot more solid. It's not as there's a lot more. The base has got a bit more weight to it as well. It's just, even though it goes backward and forward, it's a bit boring. It's got the rolling road. It's got the 2 sound effects. It's got the postman pat theme tune, and it just lasts because it's got a Mitchell V2, V3 bot 1 timer in, so it just lasts. It's just made to last like all the older Mitchell stuff is. I mean, they have done fairly well, but the thing is, what people don't probably realise is if it wasn't for Richard Pike, not just more Northern Leisure, if it wasn't for Richard Pike, you probably would, the postman pats, you probably wouldn't see as many about, because the thing is, with postman pats, when Northern Leisure bought, well, this is what I gather, when Northern Leisure bought OMC out, obviously Richard Pike, obviously trained himself on the boards and knew the boards inside out, and they adopted and used those OMC Rosie boards and changed them and modified them and revised them and carried on using them in rides. Things like tractor toms and I think even buzzers as well, things like that. Anything that sort of goes rocking around in motion, a lot of them use the same timer. So because Richard Pike adapted and kept that same timer when they bought OMC out years ago, obviously originally an OMC board, because of that, these postman pats, that's why postman pats are still so common, because they've lasted, because there's one guy in the whole country that obviously still makes rides with the boards and knows how to fix them, and he can fix them like he's having a cup of tea. It's not a problem at all. He's the man. So that being said, that is why these rides are still last as long as they have, because the actual boards sat inside these pat vans don't last. But every time they break and they pack in, Richard Pike's there to fix them. So we're very lucky to, postman pat vans are very lucky as well to have Richard Pike up there and obviously be able to fix them every time they go wrong. And obviously you've seen some videos on there Richard Pike's put on there with the OMC stuff with the Super Mario Brothers and things like that. A lot of the rides are really rare, but this Postman Pac-Man is such a favourite. It'd be a crime if Richard Pike couldn't fix the board. So he's lucky. We're lucky that he can fix the boards, and obviously adapt and he knows what he's doing. Because if anybody else just bought the OMC, they might have just discontinued that board and moved on to just like Joey Roger did, moved on to a Staymar system, which I can't blame them because they're a good system, and obviously Staymar, it's a reputable company and they make good timers. But obviously Mitchell's back in the day, all the Bot ones and the V1, V2s and the Peter Crows and all that, it was all made by Mitchell, so they're all Mitchell timers. But that's the thing with these Postman Pats, with them being a 180 volt DC motor, they've got to have that board, or now we've found a way around it, which I knew there would be a way around it. We can do it like this. So I'll stop waffling, guys. Check the video out later. We'll get it all working, not we, Anna? We'll get it working. Anna, Postman Pat? Yeah, Puppa Pat, yeah. We're going to get Puppa Pat working, aren't we? So watch the video later, guys. I'll do a full video when it's working, and then I'll do a quick review once it's working and what we've done, and show you all the insides of it as well. And then once we've done that, I will show you the full ride working. So again, it's going to be a rare one, this one. It's going to be a rare. There'll be no other There'll be no other Postman Pat like it. It will play engine noises and will have 3 sound effects, possibly similar to the Jolly Roger Formula 1 car I've got. Melody, a horn and a screech, something like that. I'll see what I've got in the timer stash. Again, I've got loads of stuff from. I've got some Staymar still knocking about. I've got a few Soundmaster green timers I can use. I think I've got some System 2 Pluses as well with a flasher on, which have got the car and the melody and things on there. So we'll have a look, we'll get it all sorted, and we'll see you later. Take care, guys. See you later. Bye.